Hello, my little Betty Boops. It's Vicky, and this is my entry to Jan's challenge. Jan is Pokefan2001, and she's doing a giveaway. Here's the requirements. You have to do a video response. You have to be a subby. You have to use twine, ribbon, or jute. You have to use stamps. You have to use ink, spray, or something. Ink, spray, mist, maybe? Anyway, let's go on. What else? Oh, you have to do something you've not done before. Let me get the list. Okay. You have to share where you got your inspiration. You have to do layering. You have to use stamps. You have to use a brad or a button. You have to include green or orange, twine, jute, or ribbon, paint, spray, or ink, and last but not least, you have to do something you've not done before. Let me tell you a little bit about Jan. Jan is actually one of the first people I started to chat with when I did my blog and I started to play around here on YouTube. That was what, almost 2 years ago? Well over a year. Yeah, I think 2 years now. I think Jan is just one of the sweetest gals in the whole wide world. And now Jan is also a store. Weird, right? Yeah. She's a YouTuber, she's a mom, she's a wife, she's a teacher, and now she's a store. So, please go over there and check out her store. It's JLR Scrapbooks or Scrapbooking. If you go to her YouTube channel, she'll leave a link for you. But the best thing in the world about her store is after you spend $25, she's gonna ship for free. I bet the reason she does that is because she's a scrapper. She was a scrapbooker a long time before she was a store. So I just kind of got a feeling Jan's going to take care of us. Head over there, check out her store. If you happen to win this challenge, the gift is a $60 certificate to her store, and she's going to send you some of her private stash. I don't know which one I want more, because Jan does haul videos and she has very good taste, so come on and participate. Oh no, guess what? Forget it. Forget everything I just said, because today's the deadline. I barely made it myself. And for those of you who follow my videos, would you believe I still got this stupid flu? But now I have like 3 hours of a day that's good instead of the 2 hours. So at about the 3 hour mark, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gotta sleep. I don't feel good. I'm coughing. I got fever. I gotta lay down. Oh, I so hope I'm over this before I have to cook this week. Of course, for the holidays. Don't you know, you gotta get the flu or a cold or whatever this is called. Okay, guys, here's my entry. My inspiration was Shamel Lane, and Shamel is doing a new series for Studio Calico. This is on her YouTube videos. So go to the search and type in Shamel Lane. This is not on the 2Ps network. This is Shamel Lane's own YouTube channel. And she's doing a video like once a week for the Studio Calico kits. The inspiration for this layout came from her video where she used the stuff from the sock hop kit. Okay, go watch it. It's so good. And my layout looks nothing like hers, because hers is good and mine is not. Anyway, I tried. That's where I got my inspiration from. You had to use stamps. So there's a stamp, here's a stamp, there's a stamp. I think I used more. Nope. I guess that's it. There, and here. Layering. Layered. Layered. Layered, layered, layered. Lots of layering. Brad or button. I picked button. Green or orange. I picked both. Twine, jute, or ribbon. I picked a twiny jute, and that came from Judy Bakes. Hi, Judy. Paint, spray, or ink. I picked ink. Ink. Ink and ink. I put ink on my feathers. And that is, what is that? It's Ranger ink, but I forget what kind. No, it's not. It's Jenny Bolin chicken feed. My mind, it comes and goes. What did I never do before with this layout? Well, I actually have never, I thought about that and I thought about it and I thought, you know what I've never done is an entire layout with not one stitch of clothing on. That's the only thing I could really think in all the years that I've been scrapping that I've never did. So I sat here without a stitch of clothing on. I actually made it for a long time before I started laughing, didn't I? Did you guys think that I really would sit here like in the buff and do a layout? I don't think so. So here's what I did that I have not done before. See how this bold, crazy pattern takes up the most part of my background? I've always wanted to do that. I know, I'm really risky, right? I'm really going out on a limb here. I know you're probably saying, wow, Vicki is really a wild and crazy crafter, but I've just never, I've watched other people do their layouts and they use a busy pattern as their background. Someone who's great for doing that is Patty, who is Colored Sprinkle Girl, which is MIA because she's engaged now. She'll be back after a couple years of marriage. She'll be glad to get back to YouTube. Anyway, hi Patty, if you're watching. I never really tried it myself. Patty's really good. She just paints on top of this and then throws her pictures on and it looks great. I don't like this. I wish I would have used this on the background and this up here maybe, but I tried it. I've always wanted to do it, and you know me, wild, crazy, extreme scrapbooker Vicki. I live on the edge. I tried it, and I'm not too crazy about it. It almost makes me not like the layout. But my layering came out well. I kind of like this, and I love the colors, and I love this paper. I'm going to tell you in a minute who it is. But it was so, like, vintage looking, but I don't know. I just think maybe that's too crazy. What do you guys think? Be honest. Please tell me the truth. Do you like it? Is it just me? Sometimes I don't know, what's real and what's not. I don't know if I'm overreacting or underreacting. I don't know. So be honest. Do you like this as a background? And, what could I have done differently? I put the little, like the brown cardstock here, hopefully to separate it from the crazy background. I don't know. Anyway, poor Shamel Lane, she's probably going to quit scrapbooking because she's going to say, oh my gosh, look at that layout. That I was the inspiration. Somebody give me a rope so I can hang myself. But thank heavens, I really doubt Miss Lane watches my videos. Okay, so let me tell you what I used. This green is just normal cardstock. This is from the 9 to 5 collection. Let me make sure I'm not lying. Yep, it is the 9 to 5 collection by October Afternoon. I've had that collection since it came out. I'm just now using it. This background paper in here is that first layer is Studio Calico. I think it's the Heyday collection. Listen, I forget what this is. No, I don't. October Afternoon Cakewalk. This is some kind of tidbit. Maybe that is from 9 to 5. This is from 9 to 5. This is from KI Memories Flashback something or another. It's their new release with all the camera stuff. This cloud, I outlined it with my black marker, and I don't know where it's from, but it's a die cut from like one of the October Afternoon packets of tidbits. This little butterfly, and this is from the Studio Calico ephemera pack. I loved that thing. These are October Afternoon buttons. I think they're from the 9 to 5 collection too. This is just some green cardstock, as is this from Die Cuts with a View, like Neutral Stack. You guys know this little round thing is from October Afternoon tidbits. The numbers here are from my Prima sticky alphabets. They're on this big sheet, and I love them. This little stamp here is from a stamp set I picked up at Michael's. It's a TPC Studio stamp set, and it's like vintage travel or something like that. I use these little sequins. They're from Doris. These are Studio Calico. This is from Serenade Thickers. This is more. No, this is from Prima Alphabets. This is from one of these Lily Bee design thingies. If you don't have like 10 of these, you've got to, because they're the best stickers in the world. I really like them. You get like 8 different colors, and I think that is usually, they go for about $4.99 for those. And this stamp is from that newest stamp collection, Amy Tangerine. I think that's it, right? Yup. This is me and my friend back in, I think like 1979, 1980, and it's after we had graduated. We went to Florida for like 3 weeks. There's other pictures that I'm scrapping right now for my Florida album from this visit, and we were at Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida on this particular day, and we were staying with my aunt, my great aunt, who was like 70 years old. We wanted to go to Busch Gardens by ourselves, so we tell Amy, that's her name, and I did a layout about that whole tradition of calling her Amy. I'm like, Amy, we're going to go to Busch Gardens tomorrow, and she's like, good, I haven't been to Busch Gardens in forever. So she goes. Now listen, we're young. We really don't want no 70-year-old woman cramping our style, right? Because our plan was to go to Florida, find a man, get married, and move to Florida. How are you going to find a husband with this 70-year-old woman behind you? Well, let me tell you something. She outlasted us. And thank heavens that she went with us. Not only was she a great time and fun to hang out with, but she took some good pictures too. I wouldn't have these pictures if it wasn't for Amy. So, Amy, wherever you're at, God bless you, and we love you, and you was a good third person to our duo. And this is, oh my gosh, one of my best friends in the whole wide world. From the time we met when we was like at the end of 7th grade until, we were 34, 35. Oh, we were inseparable. Well, as actually when we got a little bit older, we separated a bit. But I mean, from 7th grade until we were about 20, you couldn't separate us. We were together morning, noon, and night. And we would hang around other people, but it was always Ann and myself. Well, Ann and myself. Thick as thieves we were. She was a good friend. I would hope she would say this same thing about me. But this was our first little trip off on our own as young women. And that's my video, guys. Jan, I hope I qualified and got everything down. I'm sorry it took so long to get this layout up. I have been fretting about this because I've had this stupid flu or cold and just have not felt well. It has kicked my hiney. So, I mean, I was like, when you're sick, you have dreams that are weird. I mean, I was dreaming about trying to get my layouts done for these challenges. Okay, so I got it up. I think I'm in time. Good luck to myself, because that's one great prize. Hey, and good luck to everybody else. I'm going to zoom in for you. And yes, once again, that is my orange satin disco short sets. That was all the rage in 1979, 1980. I can't remember. I think this is 1980. But the flowers are so fitting for that time period. I really liked how my title turned out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so shaky. I don't mean to make anybody sick. I'll hurry up through this. See, I had hoped putting that brown cardstock in between that crazy patterned background would help things, but I don't know if it did. Okay, there's my entry. Good luck again. I'll be back in a minute with another layout. Thanks, Jan.